Guys, it's me, Liz, with Sneak Peeks Tarot. This reading here is for Capricorn for April 2018. Welcome back if you're a subscriber. If not, hit subscribe, hit the alarm, hit the like so you can get my latest videos. As always, follow your own intuition in any situation. Okay, guys? And if this reading don't resonate with you, check your moon and rising signs. This is a general reading. It's about work, love, family, friends, everything. Whatever pops up, I'm going to read out, okay? And I'll give different scenarios so y'all can have a better clarifying of what's going on. All right? So, as you can see, there's your readings there. And underneath your reading, I have a clarify for each card. And I also have an outcome card that we'll get to later. All right? So, let's get started, Capricorn, for April 2018. As always, follow your own intuition, okay, guys? The first card we have is the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is having this truth and clarity in your life right now. Like you're walking in with this very clear-minded. You know, you can see things clearly. You see the truth in things. You're not... It's like seeing things in the light for the first time. Okay? And that's what this Ace of Swords is. It's like seeing clarity, seeing truth. You know, it is showing that the starting a new beginning with new opportunities, okay, of where there's a lot of truthfulness and you're seeing things with clear mind and you're thinking things through, okay, Capricorn? So this is actually a good card to start off with. It talks about starting, you know, having that energy of starting a new direction in your life, of looking at things more clear and true to yourself, all right? The second card we got here is, the Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands talk about a little bit of inner struggle, okay? And that's probably why you're trying to get this Ace of Swords, this communication in. Because Ace is about communication. It talks about communicating. Because there's a power struggle. There's a petty thing going on around you. But, you know the truth. That's the thing. Even though these petty things, all right, Capricorn, are happening around you, whether you're arguing with people or just not, or this can be yourself, different aspects of yourself that you are arguing with within yourself, or you're just struggling with, the different aspects of your life that you're struggling with right now. Because if you can see this picture, it is one tree. It's all the same tree. It's like fighting within yourself, not knowing where to go, where to take action. For some of you, it can just be petty stuff, being around people that act petty or doing petty things to you. But the bottom line is that you know the truth. All right, Capricorn, the thing is that even though people around you are being petty or acting foolish, or even you having power struggles in your mind, having them struggles emotionally, that's what it is, like more like, where you want to take action at, where you want to start pursuing, or where you want to, how can you lead your life differently? Because all you want is truth and honesty and clarity in your life. So regardless of what people are doing, even if it's petty stuff people are doing, you know the truth. Okay, this is kind of what it's telling me. It's like, even though there's been petty things or things that have been going against you, it's like, the different aspects, like a pull and tug of where you want to go, what you want to do. It's a power struggle, whether it's with yourself or with other people. That's what I'm trying to say. Whether it's with you personally or other people doing petty stuff to you, it's still a power struggle. And it talks about you knowing the truth and you know where to proceed, all right? And you not dealing with nothing else but the truth. So hold that energy down, Capricorn, because regardless of what these people are doing, you know the truth. So it don't matter how petty they get. And people do get petty. You know what I mean? Like, for real, whether you're a man or a female, you might be dealing with some petty people around you. And you knowing the truth, you don't let it faze you, in other words, all right? But it becomes a power struggle when you're seeing different aspects, people doing different things, or you just want to do things differently from the way other people are doing it. Even fighting, like everybody fighting, ready to tear each other's head off, and you being the one that's more clear-headed, taking the action of not going this route, but being clear and speaking your truth, and communicating the truth because of the arguments, like, regardless if it's arguments, pettiness, or it's just you arguing with yourself, like emotionally or mentally, then is, you know the truth already, all right? You know the truth, and you know you have to just communicate it. Hold that power you have right now, Capricorn. You have a very strong, forward, very authoritative power right now, where you can make things, you can take charge. In other words, it's like you have, if you put your foot down, you can stop the struggles within yourself, because this can be just you yourself too. But if you're dealing with other people that are being petty around you, doing stupid stuff, or like trying to get you in trouble, or arguing, or trying to pick fights and stuff like that, don't feed into it, because you are walking in that truth, okay, guys? You're walking in your sword. You're walking in truth, communication, and clarity. All right. The next card we got here is the Three of Coins. And Three of Coins, it talks about teamwork, being able to have assistance when needed, being able to, you know, um, if you need help, or you need some advice or something, it's okay. If this has to do with work, and you're not getting the help you need at work, you need to speak up and let them know that at work. For some of you, this can be little petty stuff happening at work. Okay, that tip for tap at work, and you've been working hard at your job, and you're trying to communicate that you're not dealing with this. It's all about your job to you. You know what I mean? It's about putting money in your house, for yourself. But it talks about teamwork and being able to work with others, and also if you need guidance, it's like sometimes, even though we know the truth and we're going through a lot of different pettiness in our lives, we still need support. We still need some good advice from people, so we can stay clear-headed and truthful with ourselves. Like, you have support out there, Capricorn. Or if you need to talk to somebody, you should reach out to them, because this is about, teamwork, and about putting work in with other people, or being able to communicate with other people, being able to interact with other people. You know what I mean? And maybe there's been a lot of pettiness, whether it's at work or within your family. You could be arguing with your spouse every day. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, regardless of what's going on, if you're arguing with people or your spouse, or at work and you're arguing with people at work with your coworkers, it talks about going for a guidance counselor, or going to a boss or a supervisor, going to somebody else to help you overcome these different struggles that are going on in your life right now. Not to do things by yourself. Basically, it's kind of like, if you need that extra guidance, to go look for it. If you need the extra support, look for it. If you need to report people at the job being petty or starting problems, then you need to go see a supervisor. You need to go talk to somebody. You just can't sit back and shut up and not realize that you're the one putting all the work. You're the one that have to work in this area. You're the one that have to work with other people, or you're the one dealing in this relationship. You're the one dealing with this family. Whatever the situation is, okay, Capricorn, you're dealing with it, and you shouldn't deal with it alone. And you need to really take the action of, asking for support, whether it's from a boss, supervisors, coworkers, you know what I mean? Or even your spouse. If you have a spouse and you've been doing all the work and it's been bringing petty arguments at home, tell them that you need help, or you can go see a marriage counselor. For some of you, this talks about finding out the truth, having a lot of different pettiness going on, and going to see a guidance, a marriage counselor, or any counselor, okay? It could be, it could be your own kids, having your kids having a lot of problems in school, or whatever it is, and getting the truth out. And you have to, go to the school to go see the guidance counselor to find out the truth. Because then again, remember, you have the truth card. So this is communication. This is truthfulness. This is getting clarity. This is getting to the bottom of the truth. This is getting the realness out of everything, okay? This is the energy you want. You want to know the truth. You want to know the truth behind all the struggles, the pettiness, the arguments, whatever's going on, whether it's at work, home, or a love life. And you're going to need the support. You're going to need to see a counselor, somebody to help you out, or get advice from other people that have been through the same situation, that can give you a little bit more clarity, you know what I mean? So you can be able to communicate and understand what's going on, maybe look at things from a different perspective, okay? But, you want to make sure that you're taking the action and initiative you need to, not by yourself, but if you need the support, to really get that support, if let's say, you've been having a lot of personal struggles with yourself. You've been fighting yourself, because you want to go left and a part of you wants to go right. And you've been struggling, that pull and tug, that, how you call that? What's that game? With the rope, you know what I mean? Pulling one way, pulling it don't matter. But that pull and tug always on your mind. It's like, you can't get no peace that way, you know? And if that's the case where you're struggling so much on how to bring peace back into your life, then you really need to like take a step back and ask for some advice or ask for support in order to deal with the situation at hand. Okay? Because the truth of the matter is, you know the truth. You know what's going on. You don't let nobody, first of all, manipulate you and deceive you into believing otherwise. Because you're coming in with truth and clarity. That means you pretty much know what's going on. This is not blindsided to you. You know where the pettiness from your coworkers is coming from, or your pettiness from maybe your spouse, you know, maybe people are talking stuff that ain't true because they're mad, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you have that truth card. You have this card. This card right here. This card tells me that you're starting with truthfulness and clarity within your life, and you're proceeding everything you do in your life with that truth and clarity. So like I said, I gave you a couple scenarios. If you're in a job, it could be co-workers starting problems, or, you know what I mean, a power struggle between who gets the job done better, or, you know, who can do what, or who should be the supervisor, or who should take turns doing what. I don't care. This is, you know, it could be a job. It could be you and yourself arguing and struggling between two different things you want to do in your life, or different aspects, okay? It could be with your family. But at the end of the day, it talks about getting support and clarity, because you know the truth. So if you need this extra support or extra hand in something, get it. All right, guys? The next card we got here is the moon. The moon. La luna. Okay, the moon. So this card talks about this. First of all, this is a Pisces card, okay? Talks about your intuition, all right? You're either dealing with a Pisces, maybe you have a power struggle with a Pisces, okay? Or, you know, you're struggling with your deep emotions inside you. Those hidden emotions, all right? I'm going to tell you something. For some of you, you're fighting yourself. You're fighting how you feel, or the things you want to take action on, or the things you want to do, your passion. And, you know, with the moon card, it talks about your intuition, all right? So first and foremost, when you follow your intuition and start listening to yourself, you do have more clarity, okay? You do get more clarity by going within yourself and really going deep into the heart of the subject, into the heart of the things. With the moon, it talks about those hidden desires or hidden emotions, all right? And it talks about, you know, you know what's real. You know deep down. That's what it's like saying. It's like saying deep down inside, you know the truth, okay? You know what you have to do, all right? And you really need to take action on it. You know, if you need support, get support. But you need to know that how you really feel within yourself deep down inside, and follow your intuition. And if you feel as though people are being petty around you, or people are lying, or whatever the subject is, people are just being deceitful, or people are trying to take over, I don't know. This card right here, it's not one of the best cards. I really, you know, not that I don't like it. It's not that I don't or do like it. It's more of it's an iffy card, you know what I mean? It can talk about you having the power struggles within yourself, emotionally or physically, trying to take action on different things. But it can talk about people starting petty arguments or doing tit for taps, like, you know, you leave your soda and they'll go ahead and put your soda in the trash without you knowing, because they ain't got nothing better to do at work, okay? But what I'm saying is, knowing how you feel about the subject and what you truly want can help you go deep within those emotions that you keep to yourself. It's like you had enough, all right? You had enough of people trying to take advantage of you. You had enough of people trying to manipulate you or deceive you. You had enough of the pettiness. You had enough of the arguments. Wherever it's at, work, job, your spouse, I don't care. You know, I mean, not that I don't care. I do care, because I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't care about y'all. But it's more like, what I mean is the scenario. You know where you fit in this, all right? So if this is for you work, then you know where your job leads, all right? If you know this is a love reading for you, you know, if that's what you want to take it as, then take it as a love reading. If you want it as a family reading, you can. This is why I say love, family, and work. So you can get, because some people are not in relationships or not in love, so this reading won't resonate with them. But if I read it as a work aspect, then they can see their work aspect reading from it. You know what I mean? Or if I read it as a family aspect, then they can get the family aspect out of it. But not everybody's going to have a love aspect or a family aspect or a work aspect. Not everybody works. Not everybody has a family. Not everybody's in love. Not everybody's coming out of a relationship. So I keep it very general as I can. And this is why, I love my subscribers and y'all keep subscribing because, a lot of people get tired of these love readings. Everything's about love, 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 love. Hello, we have other parts of our lives that we need information from, right? So here at Sneak Peeks, we give information about everything, okay? So now, this is your hidden desires. Really know what your emotions inside and how you feel about everything, okay? And bringing those feelings out. All right. And using your intuition. Like I said, this is the major arcana for your Pisces. So Pisces talks about being intuitive, listening to yourself, listening to how you feel. All right, guys. Knowing that you know the truth. You know the truth deep down in yourself and you need to follow that truth. And if you need support, get the support. If you need advice, get the advice. If you need help, get the help. But at the end of the day, you shouldn't have to go through this type of pettiness or power struggle within yourself, by yourself, or with other people. You shouldn't have to fight the world. You know what I mean? We have family and friends that support us and we can fight the world together. All right? The next card we got here is Three of Cups. I like this Three of Cups. Because the Three of Cups can talk about third-party situations, stuff like that, but no. Or it can talk about being with your friends, celebrating. No. In this reading, with the moon being right before it, it talks about going deep within your feelings, but giving yourself an applause for being independent, for the person you become, for the things you've been through. Celebrate yourself. Don't let nobody, you know who you are, in other words. You know the truth. You know who you are. No matter what people say about you or try to do to you, you know the truth about who you are. Don't let other people try to change that. Or, don't let people's rumors or, other things they're doing affect you as a person, because you know the truth deep down inside yourself. You know who you are, what you've done, okay? For some of you, this can be information that's come out that, let's just say, because it's the Five of Wands talks about petty and little fights and stuff like that, right? Talks about somebody could be lying on you or saying things, or there can be some arguments, and, knowing that you are being honest and truthful in the situation, knowing how you understand, following your intuition deep down inside. Don't let people not tell you that it ain't true when it's true. All right? Don't let somebody influence how you feel deep down inside. Deep down inside, you know the truth, okay? You know what it is that needs to be done. You know what it is you've done in your life. You know what you've done and what you haven't done. So don't let nobody else with this Five of Wands try to manipulate, start these tit for tat, petty arguments, saying, oh, she threw her own soda away. No, you threw my soda away. You know what I mean? Like, for real, people, like, when you're around people that are like this, or if you're just are struggling with yourself, you need to have confidence in yourself, follow your intuition, and know who you are and what you've been through and everything you've accomplished. And with the Three of Cups, talks about celebrating yourself and appreciating who you are as a person because you've done well. Okay, and this reading here talks about you individually as a person, emotionally finding ways and being creative to bring about the path you want in your life. And if nobody else can follow that path, then, hey, like I said, that's your truth beginning. This is you, changing your ways of doing things and wanting to live in your truth. So I say celebrate yourself. You can go out with your friends, have fun, but, give yourself a pat on the back, because you are following your deep emotions, your intuition, and your intuition is telling you that if the color sky is blue, the color sky is blue. Don't let somebody tell you it's purple, because it's not. It's blue. Okay? So, and you know that deep inside. You're like, hey, I know the moon is there, okay? But somebody told me the moon ain't there. No, the moon's there. Follow that feeling. Follow the truth. Follow your heart. Follow that intuitive. I'm not saying that always our intuition can lead us wrong, 5% of the time, okay? 5%. Listen to me, 5%. But 95% of the time, your intuition is right on the noggin. Like, you really got to learn how to follow your intuition, people. Like, that's part of our power, our divine power. That's what lets us know, hey, it's like a kick. Like, don't go that way, go the other way. Don't do this, don't listen to this, do this. You know what I mean? You need to learn how to follow your intuition with that Pisces card. if you're not dealing with a Pisces. Because if you're dealing with a Pisces, it can be, just for some of you, like I said, I'm trying to keep it general, but if we're going to talk about any type of relationship and love, it could be, you could be dealing with a Pisces or getting support from a Pisces, or this Pisces person's could be the one, doing the tit for tat, the pettiness, and you knowing the truth and not letting it get to you and holding your ground down and, being happy because you know the truth. You know who you are. You know you've been following your intuition. All right? Celebrate that. And the last card we got for the reading is the Four Coins. And, okay, once again, if you've been at work and you got coworkers that have been, starting problems at work and stuff like that, for some of you, you became real closed off at work. You know what I mean? Like, you don't even want to work there no more, okay, because of the people in your job, all right? And with the Four Coins telling me that you're being closed off, like you're blocking, the situation out, which is not a bad thing, or you're not becoming emotionally involved in it. For others of you, it could be financially. It could be not investing, all right? Because the Four Coins talking about investing. It could be financially. Most of the time, it usually is financially. But, people don't realize you can invest emotionally in something. And you need to find a way to detach yourself. But this is somebody being closed off. This is somebody not communicating. This is somebody not spending money. This is somebody very insecure, okay? And you don't want to have that energy. You need to be confident and be proud of who you are and the things you've done in your life. And if it's work, you need to be confident that you're doing what you have to do at work. And whoever's starting these petty stuff at work, like I said, you need to talk to a supervisor and let them know, like, hey, I come here to work. I don't come here to listen to people's mouths. I don't come here to have people throw away my soda, I come here to get a paycheck so I can pay my bills when I go home and get a nice car when I want to, or go out to eat whenever I want to so I don't have to cook. Stuff like that, You don't go to work to impress other people. You don't go to work. I mean, well, you can impress your bosses, but you don't go to work to make new friends. You don't go to work for social events. That's for evenings and bars and stuff, or going to the movies and stuff. Work is work. This is your career, and when you're career based and somebody's trying to bring, coworkers are just not in the same focus as you, it can tend to bring problems and fights and arguments. You know what I mean? So you need to either talk to your supervisor or a boss about what's been going on at work, about you and your coworkers not getting along, okay? Because instead of, because you can become closed off. And you don't want to be like that in your job. You want to be happy where you want to be comfortable. For others of you, this is like literally not closing out and emotionally with people. Like, if you're dealing with somebody that's very petty around you, you can look for advice, but you already know, even though you're seeking advice, you know the truth about this person, okay? And you need to follow your intuition. Nothing's going to change if you know the truth about this person. You know how you really feel deep down inside, whether they're lying or being honest or whatever the situation is. And you need to hold your ground and keep your confidence, and be in your own power, and be happy that you made the decision to keep staying detached from that person and not investing in that person and keeping your emotions to yourself because they no longer good for you. Or like I said, if you're at work, it's about staying emotionally detached from your coworkers because you know that they start out of pettiness, or they can be distracting you and it's bringing problems at work, okay? Now, underneath these cards, I got some clarifiers. So we're going to start back up with the Ace of Swords, which is the first card we pulled out about communication, being truth, and walking in that energy, okay, for April. And we have the Four Swords. Believe it or not, Virgo got Four Swords too for their clarifier for the first card. It talks about just taking rest, taking a little vacation. If it's at work, taking vacation from work to kind of calm the waters a little bit. It's just been a lot of tension and a lot of aggressiveness, you know what I mean, at work, a lot of petty arguments and stuff, and you need to really just take a day off, okay, just so that you can re-energize and reboot your perspective on things here, or reboot your your energy of dealing with other people, okay? Because sometimes we can get drained by dealing with people that are petty and always want to argue, always starting problems at work, or whether it's a relationship too, okay, guys? So if you're in a relationship and it's telling you to take a break from whoever you're dealing with, if this is your family and there's been a lot of arguments, it's just stepping back and taking a break from them. Maybe go to your room and take a nap. But is finding a way to detach yourself from any situation and giving yourself time to think and to rest and to rejuvenate yourself and to give your, like the phoenix, once you're burned down to the ashes, you need to, rebirth out the fire. Okay, so it's like you're probably energy drained anyways, and you need to time for yourself so you can start see things more clear and take action on the things you need to with clarity. Okay, and continue being at the job, but it won't be so tense, you know what I mean, because you took time for yourself. Kind of whatever's been going on will die down if you give a little bit of time of rest, in other words. All right. Under the Five of Wands, we got, ooh, the Nine of Coins reversed. And this talks about being committed and working with others, okay? So it's talking about taking time so you can recommit to your job or recommit in a relationship or recommit into whatever, but really taking time for yourself. Like after you take time to rest, okay? Because, it's like taking a break, okay? You could take a break from work. You could take a break from a relationship. You could even take a break from your own family, okay, guys? So it's just saying take a break. And once you take that break, you'll be ready to commit stronger and create a bigger bond with your family, with your job, or, with your friends or with your lover, okay, your spouse. But you really need to take some time first for yourself, though. Like, you need to take a rest. You need to step back out the situation. You need to let the arguments die down, or that energy die down a little bit before you can re-engage and commit. Okay, so give yourself time so that way you can be rejuvenated before you recommit into whatever's going on, whether it's work, love, family, your friendships, whatever it is, hobbies. You just have to give yourself time in order to recommit. Okay, now then you got the Three of Coins, and like I said, Three of Coins about being creative and asking for help or support, talking to a counselor, like a guidance counselor, or getting help from another person, like a third party. Somebody out the box can look in to get the help we need. So, because sometimes in order to see, we don't see everything right in front of us, okay? So we kind of gotta like ask for advice from somebody that sees it from a different outside the box. Or it can be dealing with, for some of you, it's just dealing with more than one person on the problem at hand, whether it's at a job, at work. You could be your coworkers, you and your boss. You know what I mean? If it's in a relationship, it could be you, your spouse, or your person you're with, and another person involved. That's either a good friend that can give you a good advice, or it can be letting go, or committing to one person and letting go of another person, okay, Capricorn? So let's just keep that in mind. For very few of you, it can be releasing one person and, engaging with another, okay? But that's a very small of you, so I don't want to feed into that too much because I'm not getting a large energy of that. All right, and the card you got for clarifying that is the Two of Cups. So this is about relationship. This is about a partnership. So it could be a partnership at work, okay? It could be a partnership at home, but it talks about a partnership no matter what. Now, with the Two of Cups, it is the Lover's card, okay? This is the Two of Cups, this is the Lover's card, okay? And it talks about relationships. So, if your relationship could be, at work, with your relationship with the people at work and making decisions at work using your head and your heart, kind of like, being logic and emotional at the same time, but not letting the emotional part of whatever's going on at work take over, and not letting the logical part neither take over, but using both in like harmony in one, okay? And finding a common ground between both. If this is a relationship, it talks about, making a decision about love, like really wanting to be with one person and like completely ending something with somebody else, It can talk about a marriage counselor, like I said earlier. Also, maybe a couple's having a lot of problems with the Five of Wands. You could be arguing, having a lot of problems, and having to see a marriage counselor can bring more harmony. All right, because the Two of Cups talks about harmony also, and bringing harmony in your life. So maybe you do go see a marriage counselor, or maybe you do speak to your supervisor. But once you do that, it's gonna bring more peace. Okay, more peace, more harmony into your life. Just make sure you're making decisions with your head and your heart. Now, with the moon, either you're dealing with a Pisces, or it's telling you to really use your intuition, because you know the truth and you have clarity and you're taking the time to think things over. And these are how you really feel deep down inside, okay? So follow your intuition, okay, Capricorn? And you got the Three of Cups, which is the same card right next to it. And for some of you, it talks about really taking the initiative to appreciate who you are and the things you become and the things you've done in your life. Celebrate yourself a little bit. For others of you, it's making a decision about not being in a third party situation and letting go of one person to pursue a committed relationship, with the Nine of being in a committed relationship instead of dealing with more than one person. Okay? Because, this can also be dealing with more than one person. Okay? Even sleeping more than one person, all right? Five of Wands, because this is about passion and action and fighting, aggression, but it's a lot of passion, and Wands is taking action. So you could either be sleeping more than one person, or you could be arguing with more than one person. But, with this 9, reverse talks about commitment, talking about getting ready to commit. For some of you, it's about committing at work, committing yourself to basically to your job, and not worried about other people, and really focusing on your job only. For others of you, if this is a relationship, if you're in a third party situation, like I said, it's not for a lot of you, but if you have a third party situation, make a decision to commit to one person and not deal with nobody else. If this is your family, it's talk about seeking the guidance, that help you can use, the help you can use from different from another person, seeing from a different perspective, or you can see a guidance counselor or marriage counselor, or talk to your supervisor about the stuff that's going on at work, so that way you can recommit to your job the way you really want to. Okay. But yeah, these two are the same cards, guys. The Three of Cups, being creative, celebrating yourself, really knowing who you are within yourself. This is really knowing what you really want within yourself. With that Moon card, talks about your hidden feelings and your emotions, the subconscious things that you really don't tell everybody. So this is like, you want to recommit to your job without the problems, and you need to talk to a supervisor. You want to recommit in a relationship without the problems, and you need to talk to somebody, or you want to commit to somebody and release all the extra people lying around that's bringing problems. All right. Now, the clarifier for that Three of Cups is you're not taking action, okay? This is somebody coming in very fast. This is very, when it's reversed, it's a fast energy. This is somebody coming in super fast. When it's like this, it's being cautious, all right? So you're being very cautious about your next move, about what you're leading in your life and what you're bringing into your life, and how can you focus on your life. So you're being very cautious right now. You're actually thinking things through instead of going head first. And that's a good thing, because that does lead you to being a little detached and closed off, like this 4 coins is showing you here. Okay, guys? So, after you realize that like literally, what you've been through, who you are and what you deserve and what you don't deserve in your life. Okay. Taking the time instead of rushing through everything is really taking a step back. When I see this card reverse, it's kind of telling me, slow down. You want to take that ground. You, as a Capricorn, you are a coin sign. You're an earth sign. So it's about grounding, stability, being stable, being logic, being, making sure you're grounded, right? So if you're going fast, taking a lot of fast actions, you can make a lot of mistakes. So it's telling you to go back to that person you used to be. Instead of being the Knight of Wands, be the Knight of Pentacles, and be more steadfast. Take your time, make decisions slowly. Don't rush into things, all right? Look at the red flags, all right? Especially if you're dealing with somebody that has lied to you in the past, or you're dealing with people that start problem at work from the past, they can continue doing that. You know what I mean? So basically, if you deal with people that start a lot of problems at work, just know they'll continue doing that. But you know, until you talk to somebody and change the situation. All right. If you're dealing with a spouse or a part, or a relationship, boyfriend or girlfriend, or a spouse, and they've been doing a lot of, they've been trying to move forward with you, but you're not seeing the truth and clarity. Like, they lying about something. For some of you, not all of you. For some of you, it's just talking about recommitment. But some of you, it talks about taking the time away because this person lying to you, and you need to look at the red flags, okay? There's red flags that are lying around that you're not, or you looked at the red flags. That's why you're upside down. But you looked at them. You know what I mean? You're like, hold up, I'm not going that way because you're not right. One of them things. And knowing that, you need to slow down and really go over whatever next action you're taking. That's what it is. Like, if you want to take action on something, just take your time and go over it before, make sure that's what you really want truly within yourself. All right? That's what you want. All right? Follow your intuition. Make sure it's right for you. Make sure you're following your intuition and checking out the red flags if there are any. For the last card, the clarifier is, once again, not taking action. This is somebody more passive, not being as aggressive and passionate about things. And, because you're not being a leader right now, you need to take charge of your life, okay? You're closed off right now, detached. But it talks about getting a little bit of your power back and not letting the power struggle or other people take control of who you are or change who you are. Whether you're dealing with a partner, whether you're dealing with people at work or a boss, or you're dealing with your family, it talks about you're not being a leader right now, and you need to be a leader in your life. Not let other people influence you. All right? You're being closed off because of it. You're kind of being closed off about it, or you don't want to invest in that job no more because of the problems and situation. Excuse me. Or you don't want to invest in a family aspect or something you decided that you just don't want to do, okay? But you have the willpower. Like, you have the power. You know what I mean? So whatever you decide that you don't want to deal with no more and you don't want to take action on, or you need to slow down and reevaluate or rethink those situations before you make a decision, before you either leave your job, or, to go look for another job, or leave a relationship to get into another relationship, or leave your family to pursue, I don't know, some type of passion in your life. But at the end of the day, it's all about taking things slowly, making sure you're making the right decisions, and really going within yourself and knowing what you really want, following into your intuition into that point of your life, okay? I'm sorry if y'all hear me. I got hiccups. So, but yeah, really take control of your life and really follow, those points in your life that if it's not something you want, don't go for it. If you don't want to be at that job no more, don't recommit. But if you really love where you at, or you really love the person you're with, or you really love being with your family, you take some time away, all right, before you recommit, all right? Before you recommit, some things need to be worked out. The power struggles, the arguments, the fighting has to be worked out. Make a decision. Either ask for a marriage counselor, ask for a supervisor to help you, or ask just somebody out the box to look at things from a different perspective so they can help you get that clarity you need. And making decisions with your head and your heart. Okay, guys? Very important. You need to get the leadership back in your life because, you need to, with the Five of Wands can talk about power struggle, and it could be somebody trying to tell you what to do. So, you really need to take the leadership in your life. And, that's kind of somebody that's very submissive too, because they don't take charge of their own life. You need to not let people make decisions for you, but make the decisions for yourself. Okay, Capricorn? That's for April. All right? And like I said, if there's arguments at work, talk to your supervisor or boss to help you. Or if there's arguments at home, you need to make decisions that bring harmony within the family. So don't be too emotionally, but don't be too logic about it, and try to find the middle ground in things. For others of you, like I said, look at the red flags. If you see somebody's been lying, or something like that, you need to go you need to not rush into things and start looking at things clearly and take your own power back, okay? Be a lead. I don't want to see this card like this. I want to see it like this. I want to see you be the leader of your life, taking action and being a leader of your life, okay? And this is kind of like that same Aries, Leo, fire energy, Sagittarius energy, okay, guys? So I'm just letting you know this is a lot of passion, and it can be a lot of aggression too involved in that. So just keep that in mind. Now, I do got a clarifier for you for the month of April. All right, guys? And we have the World, a very happy ending, coming full circle, spiritual growth and insight, okay? So it's talking about ending something in your life that, like I said, that's not serving you. In order for you to rejuvenate and recommit to the things you want, you need to know what you want. And you need to really communicate that and follow the things that are true to you. You know, remember that truth card? You have that energy right now where you want truth, and you got to follow your truth, and it's going to bring you clarity. The World card is the last card of the major arcanas. So it talks about completing a cycle, okay? It talks about finally completing a cycle in your life where, you know, I'm going to tell you what, Capricorn, kudos to you. Because at the end of the day, you finally know what you really want. You know, you're finally listening to your intuition, and you're looking for truth and clarity in your life. And if you're at work and people like to start problems, you know, you're very independent. It's like you're not playing games with nobody. You're letting people know, I'm not here for this. And you're gonna even get to the point where you're gonna push that as far. Look at this. You see, Archangel Michael is like the Ace of Swords. This is kind of in the same realm. You see the sword here, guys? All right. See the sword? It's like you're in a position where you know who you are. You've been through many experiences that can guide you and give you the intuition you need to follow your heart and know what's really true for you. If you know that something don't serve you, come on, man. Capricorns, be real with yourself. All right. If you know something's not good for you, let it go. Don't recommit to it. Don't even give it the satisfaction. Stay detached. You know what I mean? But for others of you, you need to trust who you are and find your footing in the world, and know that you've finally done everything in your life that brought you to the point right now, and take all those lessons you learned and put them at play and trust yourself, okay? Kind of like the Three of Cups. Have confidence. Trust yourself. Trust that you've put all the work in, and you've become a different person. You're better now. You're stronger now. You're smarter now. You know, you've been through a lot and you learned a lot, whether it's at work, family, friends, boyfriend, girlfriend. I don't care. But the things you've done in your life had led you to this point of closing that insecure cycle and having the confidence to find your footing in the world and know what you want, taking charge and being clear and truthful with the same sword. If you see Archangel Michael, he has that sword. He's walking, not taking no nonsense, no boo, no lies, taking straight charge, following his intuition, all right, but with confidence, all right? All right, this is really what it is. It's following your intuition, having confidence, celebrating who you are, and trusting yourself, all right? Trusting that you become what you are meant to be, all right, Capricorn, or you are in a point in your life where you can be very successful because you know what you want and you know what you don't want. And when a person realizes what they don't want in their life, it's easier to communicate, get right to the point, cut everything out they don't want. You know, those become easy sacrifices when you realize that those things are no longer serving you in your life, okay, Capricorn? So that's all I have for you today. I'm sorry about my hiccups. But yes, you know, you really have to have confidence in yourself. Know that you are in your truth. You are in your clarity. Don't let nobody change what's going on in your life, okay? Follow your intuition to the next level in your life. Get your groundedness. Put your footing in the world. Trust the lessons you learn, and know that you're going to make the best decisions from this day forward. Okay, that's what it's saying. From this cycle forward, once you close, now that you close that cycle, you're starting a cycle where you will get only truth, and you will communicate the truth, and you're not just going to deal with nobody's bull. Nobody's drama, nobody's pettiness. And I'm happy for you, Capricorn. So that's all I have for you today. As always, follow your intuition. I love and respect who you are in this world. Namaste. Goodbye.